all the top teams that we brought to the event. So very quickly, Vex Gaming, all 5 members over towards this B site. Quickly down drop as well. 3 members, including the bomb. This
is going to be massive. A very quick hit going towards B at the end, and Config's not actually been challenged yet. He's getting in a bit of an awkward position, though. If they spot him out early, he's going to be completely removed. But Kiebi, last time in this spot, did pick up that beautiful 3K. But there we go. Furlan's wants to get it open. Config does actually manage to have the time to reload and take on Hyper. And Grubby.
Savage.
Just going in on MSL. All right, 1v2, Grubby. What have you got?
Yeah, the Shank, that's going to help him out a lot. Well, just in terms of money. He's still got to go get the bomb. Config is very, very low, so there's the bomb pickup. He's got a minute to work with, and it looks like he wants to bail out back towards the A bomb site, but he's trying to get one more kill, and there it is. Config's the one that makes contact. He was very low in red HP, falls for free, so down to a one-on-one now. Big chance for Grubby here.
Tensky as well, the man who was put with the hard task of having to clutch twice in those imperative rounds against Fnatic and could deliver, and neither may be haunting him, especially on this map, as Ruby's just going to be waiting out, and actually Tensky shows himself, and now Ruby has the bomb. He's got 40 seconds, plenty of time to play with. He's going to head over towards A.
I like that play out of him. With a minute left, just chill. Just sit, see, you know they're going to be searching for information. You have the bomb. Find out where your opponent is before you commit to anything. He gets the intel, even takes a shot, and now he has plenty of time to position wherever he wants.
Yeah, so Ruby going to be just holding the cross at this point. Tensky, he might check it, but to what degree? Actually, is he going to go down a little bit lower? He's going to go right into the crosshairs of Ruby, and this should be a pickup, but no! Tensky just turns it around, picks it up, and a lovely connection from him when it actually really does matter.
Very, very curious. I guess maybe he thought that he didn't have as much time as he actually did. But that position that where he is, you're boxed in. If you don't get that kill, there's nowhere for you to really fall back to. There's no cover. If he's able to go, over towards those A-halls, over towards that fence, then you can adjust and you can play the post plan a little bit better. But they're committed to the fight, can't land the kill. 1-0 for Dignitas, and that was a great opportunity for Vex. We said they had to come out hot, but they're going to buy right back up into this round. AK-47 because of the knife. Because he got the knife, he's able to pick up an AK-47 as well as a smoke and a Molotov. UMP on Furlan, and then Tech 9s across the board for everyone else.
Repo's can be looking out, see if there's any early aggression. None can be found this early on from MSL and Tensky, but Rubio's going to get a face full of bullets here. Gruby's going to open it up. That's the rifle coming into play that we were discussing earlier. There was such a big pickup from the back of the knife. The wall of smoke's going to be placed in toward B now. But MSL is there. Tensky a little later on the rotate, ensuring there's no one coming around from behind, and there isn't. It's 4 players heading through towards the side itself, and Config waiting ever so patiently in towards Chicken Coop. No one's pressured him yet, and then allowing Kiebi to come in. This is a clean round from Dig so far. Tensky's finally there, and now just Ralin left alive. And he's only got the Tech 9, and MSL will put him down.
Yeah, nobody had eyes on the Chicken Coop whatsoever. It was just, I mean, even Grubby, who was the first death to that spot, was just running along the wall, looking at the smoke, seeing if anyone was going to run through it. So nice patience by Config. 2 kills on the round, but just crucial positioning. They do get a plant, so they're going to get some of that bonus money, but still a little bit crushing considering they had a fantastic opening.
Such a shame as well, as you said, after such a great start of things. Complemented, of course, by that knife. And then even getting the opening kill into that one, but now we will see Dig at least more than likely converting this round, as we are just going to see a Tech 9 coming out so far. If they're going to go for even anything else, a couple of upgraded pistols for the T side here, going through a Deagle, a P250 or 2, but absolutely no utility to follow it. No smokes, no flashes, no nades, no nothing. So keeping it relatively down low on the buy-up, and rolling on with the bomb over by A.
Yeah, but it looked like they almost wanted to go very quick and get a pop flash. That's Config just jumping up, going for some information, and grabbing an extra parting headshot. But he's going to keep fighting here. Gets more aggressive, and he falls. Even Rubino got himself into a tough spot. That Molotov's going to hold him back a little bit because they did want to pressure that. MSL finds Rowland over at the other side. That's also the bomb. That was in the connector trying to rotate back, but oh, nice shot from Repo.
Well, at least they got something out of this, and Rubino's low, so I guess maybe Furlan could maybe find him, but not going to happen. And again, Dignitas 3 still alive, and a clean 3 rounds to start with. And if I'm honest, I feel as though Vexed, as close as they're getting, they're just not quite there on this one. But this is the important round. This is the buy-up. This is finally when Vex get themselves back into this. They've got the ult very early on to Ryan. He does his armor as well, so not exactly last cannon to this one, but a big investment at this point.
Yeah, that's the advantage they have, right, is Rollin with his AWP, and actually Curious, he's going to go up in the tower. This is straight up pub tactics. We're going back years. Camping the tower, seeing if anyone's going to push, just seeing if there's aggression. This just basically tells me that they don't want to go towards the A site He just wants to be in the safest, most passive spot to watch for the aggression. Gives him a different angle down towards mid that's probably not expected, and then eventually he'll fall back to group up with his teammates.
Weirdly enough, he was doing this in the round prior. He did have the bomb, which was a little bit questionable, but he was sat kind of waiting to see if they do rotate, see if they pushed out, and it was, I believe, MSL who was there with Tensky who did come across. So maybe just a little bit of pre-planning. Maybe he just wants to get an opportunity into this one, but by now the time is starting to dwindle. So down to about a minute. Config already up on that platform as well. This is going to be a tough one to break through for Vexed. And, well, still with a couple of pieces left in the arsenal, a few smokes there that can be put down. Maybe they could work their way through, and finally, Dignitas do start falling back here.
Yeah, and actually, Repo and Rollin are going to get a little bit more aggressive over towards the A site. That AWP still hasn't had any effect yet. Working its way into A Hall's basically all alone, so he's just trying to see if there's going to be any kind of mounted defense, any stack. He's clearing it out. Meanwhile, over at the B-bomb site, one's already down. Is that drop?
Yeah. And Hyper's down, and Kievi I don't think seen this one. So Hyper's in a bit of a position that maybe they don't expect, so they can kind of check that one off. But if these guys on the Vex side do go once again towards B and they do not check Chicken Coop, they don't check the back of the site, they're going to be called out again by Config Rubinho. So now, Hyper needs to be cautious. He's trying to lock down one angle. He does that perfectly. Kievi falls. Now, position noted. Where's the rest going to be coming from? Hyper needs to play this role perfectly, and he's doing pretty well. He's baiting out, swings out to take down one, and this is brilliant stuff from Hyper. That's the man I wanted to see finally coming through. MSL down, and now it's Tensky. They know where he's at, and he's not going to be anywhere near that B site.
Yeah, I didn't see how he was able to get down drop for free, basically, but no eyes on him whatsoever. And once he gets that first kill, Tensky's going to get a couple parting gifts there, so nicely done too for him. But once he falls down there, Rubino's in such a tough spot behind the statue. He's got two different angles that he's got to worry about, and Hyper, just by waiting, just by giving it 2 seconds before re-peeking, knows Rubino's attention is he's got to gamble. So he finds himself another free kill. He basically wins that round for Vexed all on his own. Tensky's still getting hunted out. He does get a dink down onto Grubby, but he's going to fall. So that's the first round on the board for Vexed. And actually, it puts the economy situation on Dignitas in a pretty tough spot. Tensky's got 8,600, so he's going to be able to drop one over, but I mean, you could see Scout on Config, the shotgun on MSL. Their money was not built up very well.
No, really wasn't. So, all right, they're going back into this one. See that they can do work with that Scout. We have seen it certainly been put to some decent practice, but Rylan again going to go for the opening plays here to see if he can find anyone trying to get a little bit more presence towards mid, but I highly doubt they're going to go for it. Config, though, is going to be jumping up as well, trying to see if anyone's pushing through, but just caught in the clip of the edge. But, oh, brilliant stuff from Config there, just catching out Hyper. And just going to be spamming through. He's got all the time in the world in a good little spot here to use that, and Kievi waiting to see if he's going to get any sort of action coming through. This time, far more active towards drop, but again, this is going to be a tough one for Dig to hold as their utility is relatively limited.
Yeah, Config's taking a little bit of damage now after that nice trick shot that he shows off. So he's going to fall back.
Alex excited.
KRB still in drop. This time, he's going to fall out of it. A lot of pressure is being put on it. Molotov's thrown out. Rubino's smoked off on the other side, so that's why the passive play from KRB comes out. His support isn't there to help him. Grubby does get down, but he hasn't chosen which way to go. Going to wait for the smoke to clear. All the meanwhile, his teammates are just walking out long B, and there's the Scout again. Config punishing Rollin.
This guy can't seem to miss, to be fair, but there we go. Finally, Ferlin has a bit of a chime back into this one, taking down 2 away from the site, bringing in options now for those 2 remaining players on the Vex side. So, I'll go there with Ferlin. Warp in the hand, he's going to play in the covering game, and he's doing it wonderfully. That's a good pickup towards Tensky. Now MSL and Rubinho left. Now they've got to realize that MSL has been playing over on the other side. There's a chance for the long rotate, and there it is. That's Ferlin on 4. Can he make it 5, though? Rubinho edging in so carefully here. He's managed to negate being spotted so far, but now he has to show himself. He gets down the first. He's down to a 1v1, and Ferlin has very little HP here. Rubinho going to take the fight, and he gets it, but timing is everything. But he does have a kit, and he should get that defuse.
Yeah, that's a heroic effort by Ferlin there to get those 4 kills and give him a shot at winning in that 2-on-2. But Config, with those opening 2 kills, I mean, just thinned out that attack. Those are really sick shots. That jumping shot eventually does get punished. But I mean, still, the money's not that built up. They salvaged the AWP, but because he got 4 kills, I mean, they're able to keep the money low. They're not going to buy into this round. Actually, yes, they are late. So an AK-47 comes out. But that's going to be it, really. There is an upgraded Tech 9 and armor on Repo, but just that slight investment, see if maybe they can find some miracle way to get some solid entries and get into the bomb site quick, or just continue to weaken that economy over the course of this half.
Yeah, and he's still on 1.8k, so he's not even the lowest out of the side, so he would be perfectly fine, just equating out the money there. But Vex seemingly having no problem necessarily making it out to the B site. It's playing towards actually keeping hold of it once the bomb's down. So hopefully they can kind of maybe have a consideration as to what's going on to that one. But Tensi's going to be making a bit of a contact play down towards long, and there's that rifle finally coming through. Furlan's going to make the impression be noted, but Kiebi holding back just a touch, gets the double, denies the push-up, and Vex lose any presence towards long. The bomb goes down, and suddenly they're down to just these two players who only have those pistols.
Yeah, no reason for that kind of speed. I'm not quite sure what they saw. Over a minute left, and they were running with their knife out, so a couple easy ones for Kiebi, and now he just even dinks the last one. Config's going to steal it from him, but that's a round that Dignitas needed. 4 members survived, so they build up the money. And now, I mean, that wasn't very much of an investment from Vex, so they are going to just buy into this round with all the AK-47s. This is what comes out. They have plenty of utility as well. They've got 4 smokes to work with, decent amount of flashes. So they have a lot of things available to them in that playbook. The big issue is now MSL has that AWP. So they're going to be going up to one, and they don't have one of their own.
And we know that MSL loves that little bit of aggression once he gets confident, especially against teams of maybe a lesser stature, and it's worked out well previously. He has been caught off by it, but then again, it is the risk you run and the risk-reward factor comes into play. But he's still holding long. Tensky has been getting a lot of pressure put towards him very early on here. The molly going to go down, and they have lost some control, forced back towards the side. Kiebi's already starting to head over, so 3 players now here. MSL a little out on his own, but he's certainly capable of holding these sort of angles, and he has with a glimpse of one, but Furlan just domes him down, and there we go, Vex with the opener. Yeah,
that was a sick shot from Furlan. Opens things up, and this denies a lot of map control. Now, they did cheat a 3rd player over towards that A bomb site, so Dignitas, they still have 2 members at B, but Config's essentially all alone because his other teammate is watching drop. That's going to be Rubino, and Config just gets aggressive all by himself, pop flashes himself, he jumps up, he's going to go for a second one, even his teammate chiming in with one. But everyone from Vex is falling back. Now it's going to be Rubino who's going to get challenged.
Rubino's got to deal with this. They've been putting so much pressure towards this drop from previously. We saw, if I'm not mistaken, he was Hyper really abusing it, then Grubby. But now look at them again pouring through. But in the back ones, you've got to be careful. Is Rubino keeping eyes on it? But will they expect Kiebi to still be here? He was the one who rotated over. Now Tensky can instantly look towards the balcony. But there we go, trading out effectively-ish. And you look at Grubby, he's down to 1 HP. Not exactly what you want to be seeing here. Is now it's just down to Rallen, and Rallen's going to really step up. He's not had a kill so far in this one. What a chance to maybe get himself going at the moment. It's Config to take the first fight, and actually Rallen's going to find it, but the molly comes in, and Kiebi's going to secure it. And again, dig on the retake, and Vex get pushed to the side. Yeah, that whole time, Kiebi was the insurance policy. He was aggressive in those A halls, and there was nobody there. There's no manpower to clear him out. So once that A hit, once they discover that that's the end goal, he has a perfect position to really just isolate that planter inside the bomb site. There was nowhere for him to go afterwards, so the molly just burns him alive. 6-1 now. With that plant, they do get $800, but they don't have the money to buy into this round, so it's going to be Tech 9s again. Maybe some half armor, maybe a half investment of like $15 to $1,800, because they are going to start building up that losing bonus on top of it. They've got 3 rounds into it so far. But next round, it starts getting to that point where Vex has got to start putting rounds on the board. They've got to start stringing them together, and they eventually have to break this economy of Dignitas. Well, if they want a shot at this, they certainly do, but at the moment, it's a bit of a lackluster performance. But then again, as is MSL's attempts finding, I think that's Furlan up there. Going to go, no? Go on, MSL, I believe in you. Well, Furlan just takes his teammate out. So MSL is still whipping these up, and that's, as you said, a chance for Furlan to actually get the kill there. Tensy go down, and now look at the rest of Vexed. All the times you're like, okay, well, you've suddenly made this a little bit more interesting. 1 minute left on the board. Yeah, MSL's like, oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah. A lot of missed shots there. He was actually very, very aggressively, I thought, and he could have been. They could have been pushed from lower through those doors of the pop flash, but it's not. It didn't come from Vex. Furlan's able to just get the kill anyways. Meanwhile, all of them were positioned for some kind of B hit. They didn't even seem like they really wanted to mess with the A-bomb. But once again, with that pick, the defense is split up, so Dignitas is going to be under a lot of pressure here. But this time it's Config and drop, not Rubino. Rubino's going to be out on the B site, and this is just a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a switch up can change everything, and it certainly has. Config gets one, but loses track of the second. Now Rubino, though, at the back of the site, still going to be a linchpin, still buying the time. Kiebi's on the long rotate, but there comes MSL into the mix as well. He heads straight over, and again, Vex just get mowed down. Yeah, but 2 more kills, and still, the money isn't very solid, so they have to drop those weapons over. So it's still depleting the economy just a little bit. Dignitas still haven't been able to stabilize that. So Vex has a great opportunity. Any of these rounds, if they win them, it's going to be punishing. This one a little bit less because Rubino's got about 5,600, so he can drop 2 guns in the next. But I mean, they've had this economy low for so long, and they just can't break it. That's kind of the key to this half so far for Vex. They have to find a way to put a round together and force Dignitas onto a save. Now, trying to see exactly where these opening smokes are going to. They are putting one down at the very start of this round, but it's Config just greeting the edge of that smoke. Oh, he switches up! Config goes absolutely huge. And again, Vexed. If you change it once, if you make that one round count, Dignitas could have been broken.
Yeah,
and again,
anymore.
Config has absolutely none of it.
Yeah, no chill on Config. They didn't even make it out of the smoke that time.
Nope.
A little bit blind from teammates' pop flashes. That was really nice work for Dignitas once they heard the rush coming. The initial 2 kills slow him down. Pop flash blinds the other 3, and he can swap out an AK. Plenty of time to get the ace. That's really well done from Config.
It just looked like he was against an eco at that point, but they were fully bought up with everything they had. So.
And the punishing part about that also is all 5 members survived for Dignitas.
Yep, and look at the money in comparison to what it was. 7K onto Config, 8K on Rubinho. They're starting to look pretty damn solid here. Vex did have a quick pause, maybe just to, I don't know what you can do at this point.
That was a very quick pause.
Yeah, that's really not using all of it. I assume it was a tactical pause. I haven't seen anything else, so kind of curious as to what that is, but still. All right, maybe just a quick chat, maybe just wanted to calm down, maybe just want to take that bit of confidence away from Dignitas, even though they're 8-1 up. I don't know how much more confident you can get. There we go, back into the fire again for Vex. Gonna have to try and switch something up, maybe try and find a bit of a different start to this, because so far it's not been good, but look at it. Instantly gonna try and find the challenge here towards A, try and maybe punish MSL, who's been called out a couple of times, but not this time. Trading out eventually towards that side of things as MSL will go down, but look at this. By the time that happens, Kiebi is already there and keeping back what the Vex side has.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage, misses that kill onto Rollin, but that teamwork between MSL and Tensky gets him 2 kills, and it delays it long enough for KRB to rotate over and stop Vex from pushing forward any longer. So good damage dealt. This is going to force Rollin to be very, very passive. He's lurking up towards A halls, but he's a little bit scared to go through that smoke. One bullet, one of anything, and he's going to be ended. So they do leave one member. That's Rubino at this A bomb site. KRB and Config are going to rotate over towards drop. And they're going to work together to prevent any attack down that way. Actually, look at the reverse boost coming out. Is he going to go all the way up? Doesn't. Oh, yes, he is right at the end. And they are going to come right at him. He sees the foot, gets that kill. Now he can just fall away. Huge advantage now for Dignitas.
And pretty ballsy play to be trying to find information when you're left in a 3v3 at that point. If they lost out on it, could have had massive knock-on effects, but they win it now. Hyper having to find anything he can. It's Rollin to actually come up with it, as does Hyper. So suddenly we're into a 2v1 in favor to Vexed, and Config's on the wrong side, but he's on the chase now, pretty much up close and personal, though, is Rollin watching this cross. He's going to see him, he's got to have spotted him crossing then, so Config's position is known. But where can they set themselves up to defend this?
Yeah, Rollin didn't want to take the shot in the possibility that he misses it with that low HP, so Config now, he has no clue that he's got one of those left right where he came from. That's the last place he's going to expect, and there's the distraction. Rollin's able to sneak out of the smoke. That's the second round for Vex finally. After a 5-round streak from Dignitas, they get stopped, but plenty of money has been built up in this, so they're going to be able to buy again. It's all on Vex to be able to string a couple together.
Really, it seems like such an impossible task at the moment, but then again, if they were able to work that round out, they can maybe replicate that down the line, but it does seem like so difficult. But then again, a little bit of aggression that did manage to catch off, or at least trade out with MSL and Tensky there. Maybe they're going to go back to this, as it does seem as though they are making their way down towards the A site. No one really making an aggressive play just yet. MSL holding on the other side of that smoke, seeing what these guys are bringing through. And no orbs coming out for a little while here. MSL just down towards the rifle as well. And of course, Vex just about scraping money together as they have been trailing back into these rounds. But a slow start coming up from Vex this time.
Very slow. This time they don't challenge for the map control over towards A connector. They're going to slowly work their way into halls. They know this is usually a two-man setup from Dignitas to guard this out. And actually, the utility on the Dignitas side is running out. Grubby is going to find that spam kill finally on MSL. Put a lot of bullets into that over the first 30, 40 seconds of this round. But that man advantage is going to allow them to reconvene. They do pick up the bomb that's right in the middle, and that's going to head over towards the A site, where you can see the rotation from Dignitas is also underway. KRB comes over to balance out Tensky.
Yeah, but look how much weight Dignitas is putting towards keeping that rotate pretty much under wraps, or at least the lurk there. Hyper gets removed from drop, so now they can all pretty much focus in on what might be coming towards A, as I'm sure Tensky is hearing these footsteps creeping and crawling closer, as he does have Kievi on the side, Rubinho behind him. And Config just in the back lines here. B-side does need to make their move soon and has traded out Furlan's found Rubinho, but Tensky now left out on an island pretty much, but it doesn't matter. Kievi was there holding him close, but now Config, this is the last man standing up against Rollin. As the kills come backward and forward, but Rollin sitting on only 34 HP. And Config's position not as noted as maybe Rollin would want. Config going to try and make his way forward, but Rollin's holding this angle. Config doesn't expect it, and Config gets caught out. There we go, Rollin, getting himself back into this one.
Yeah, worried that Config maybe was going to try and wrap around the bomb site. Doesn't clear that at all. So an easy one-on-one win. Pretty casual for Rollin there. So 3-8 now. One more round and the economy is broken. It's back onto that danger spot. You know, everyone's at basically $0. They even have a scout on the board back in the Config's hands. 5-7 on KRB. CZ and MSL's hands, so the money just detrimentally low. Look at the score line of Config, 17-8.
It's ridiculous. You add in the ace to that, the scout kills he got. He's if you got any bonus for style points, he'd be doing pretty fine as well. But he's going to be going back to this spot, and you can imagine the Vex would just be. Once they hear that scout go off, you could not be pleased with that. He's just going to be watching the edge of the smoke, see if someone does start heading through, but no one fancying it just yet.
Yeah, they're going to be aggressive down drop though. Doesn't look like they've fallen. Rubino's right behind the smoke. Vex waiting for anyone to peek, but it's Config again with the scout. Finds that kill onto Rollin. Another headshot as well. And Rubino's just kind of isolated right now. Can't be too aggressive. There's the kill. There's the response there. Tensky does fall over towards the A bomb site. Nice aggression from Furlan. Doubled up, and they do find that kill, and now pop flash out towards drop. That's going to force Rubino back. So good map control gained by Vex until, of course, Config with the scout.
Why are we watching anyone but Config, I think, is the next big question, because this guy goes up again for the predictable follow-up jump shot, but it's Furlan watching him trying to cross out of there. Now down to the rest of the Dignitas players, going to have to watch the push towards the site, and it's an easy lineup then for Rubino, just not going to have to adjust too much as the last two players. His positions have been found. Everyone from Dig can now just stare these guys down. Furlan trying to find maybe an angle into this, going to go for a little bit of a boost up above, and no one to actually tell a lie. I think maybe Rubino's starting to consider that, and MSL's going to be caught out by it. The spray comes out, but it's traded in by Kierby pushing up. And again, Dignitas hold on to this.
Yeah, nice by Dignitas. They get aggressive, all three members together, two working together towards Rop. Kierby just coming up that speedway out towards the side of that boost. So good idea from Vex, but they do eventually get shut down, and they haven't had very many convincing wins. That last round came down to a one-on-one, so they're back onto a save. Dignitas on 9. And once again, it's Config who's the star of that round, who really bails him out.
Config is just enjoying hammering these nails into that Vex coffin. Like, guys, it's going to be real fun playing you, but you might be going home pretty soon, thanks to my work. And, well, Vex going to have to once again run the gauntlet. It's going to be MSL once again, and Tensky to probably have to deal with this, but only a P250 there with Groovy is not too much else, and Tensky's going to enjoy this one. It's an absolute mowdown. And there we go. 4 kills back-to-back. A comfy pickup and no damage really dealt so far. Yeah,
just sounded groovy. So a lot of money built up again by Dignitas. No losses quite yet, and it looks like they're more than likely. Tensky's fully aware that Grubby's over here, so should be a pretty easy cleanup. But now Vex, this is the thing. Vex is running these rounds so late. They're doing a good job of getting map control early on of whether it's towards A. They can at least trade those kills out when they have the weapons. Towards drop, they force the defense back. But they're waiting so long into these rounds that they're running out of utility. That last round when they went towards B at the end, they had no smokes or flashes. So, I mean, they've got to make sure they have the utility to use to cross into the bomb site to get these things planted. Well, they've got a hell of a lot of utility coming into this one, so hopefully they do place it into the right times. It's not just how they use it, is when, as you highlight. So, for their sakes, let's hope they have something. Otherwise, players like Config do start having an absolute whale of a time at this. And I see a lot of players heading towards that B side, but I wonder if they're going to splinter off here on the T side, or will they go for a very quick presence? I'm wondering if it's going to be once again Hyper and Groovy looking towards drop. No, Hyper taking his time at the back. Config again, though, getting up towards platform so early on. And he's got a friend here, Rubino now down, but look at this play coming out from the T side. Straight through drop, want to exploit it as much as they can, knowing last time Rubino wasn't playing it that close. He was playing outside. They've actually snuck through, but now Tensky and MSL have got to be knowing what's coming their way. Yeah, they do. He is turning around to spot it. MSL's got to be a little bit wary that it's not a pinch. I mean, this is all 5 members down drop towards the A site. Nice shot from Tensky. Gets the first one. But the rest of the Vex members are made their way into the bomb site. This is going to be a plant pretty soon here. It's not bad, to be fair. They have 4 alive. A little bit to work with. Tell a lie. Okay. They're down to a 3v4 now. And here comes the challenge. Nice work from Reaper, and then just has the angle on towards Tensky. Maybe a little bit needless to go for the challenge alone rather than waiting on the rest of his players to come around. But 3v3, 1 molly, 1 flash. Ruby's going to keep that to hand. Bomb is down. Hyper on the site. Rubino working his way back in. Kierby with him. Trying to just sweep through the site as they go. Find out where they are, but it's going to be hard to remove players like Ruby and Red. Poe and Config just finds one. Rubino finds the other, and suddenly it's just Groovy. How did they let this slip? And Rubino was looking at the smoke, knowing exactly
where they were set up, and they take the fights and they just win them.
Yeah, that looked, that's incredible that Vex let that slip back out of their favor. The way they're able to get those 2 kills, one towards the A halls, one towards that A ramp, what that essentially did, that retake from Dignitas in that 5-on-3 was going to be 3-pronged. There were 3 different angles that Vex had to worry about. Getting those 2 kills, you know, allowed them to not have to worry about that kind of a flank coming in. And then just to kind of collapse like that, it's just really, I mean, nicely done from Dignitas. Hit some great shots in the retake. It's not all up to mistakes on Vex. It's Dignitas taking advantage of it in a really, really harsh way. And now look at their buy. They know they need this last round. No reason to save any money. UMP on Rowland, and actually Groupie finds that first kill on a config.
I think Config's been the first to fall in a long time, but Rubino's just going to go to the same place. But the double flash just catches him out. The second one gave them a chance, but Furlan completely whiffs it. They've finally taken down, but by this point, Kiebi's eyes are completely trained on this push out. And Vex hit the brakes. They have 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and a little bit to work with here. Finally going to put one of them down. 1 flash comes out, doesn't catch Kiebi at all. The T-side looking for opportunities, and they're not going to find it at this rate.
Yeah, Kiebi's doing a really good job of trying to find these one-on-ones, being very, very patient behind Statue. And there's Tensky. Comes in the rotation, supports him perfectly. The bomb falls just down to Hyper, and Kiebi's going to clean that one up. So Kiebi was essentially in the 1-on-2 for a while there, but the Vex members don't peek together, so one's able to fall with no response, and no pressure is put on him in the site to force him out of that spot. So he's able to man that down really, really well. 12-3 is the first half, and now Vex, an even bigger uphill battle to climb here.
And this is the thing, Vex is, you know, for Vex, their T-side was the thing that I probably thought was the better side for them. I thought when we got to watch them previous to now, they looked a little bit better on the T-side when they could have made the, you know, the differences. But going on to the CT, I feel as though they might just be kind of run rampage by the Dignitas boys. We're going to find out any second now. The teams are ready. We're jumping back into the second half, but 12-3. This isn't the way you want to go out of the tournament.
No, not at all. But you got to imagine that, you know, once again, we talked about the poor map veto, knowing how good Dignitas is on this map. This wasn't.
I don't know how you end up here.
A very big possibility. Rollins going to have some pressure put under him very, very quickly. He falls down danger stairs. But MSL's on the chase because he's got a teammate coming through the double doors as well. Stalls him long enough for MSL to get that kill. The full rotation has gotten here for Vexed. And here's a pop flash, although the CT pushes right into it, so it blinds everyone because they've got to take that battle.
But look at Rubino as well. He's right behind them. He's going to find Groovy on the rotate. The one man who can change it is Furlan. He pushed up through platform, and he does get the kill. That's the bomb down. Now, Rubino was in a great place, but now he basically feels surrounded, but he's fighting himself out of it one by one. 2 already. Hyper to the left is on 13 HP. That's not a great deal at this point. Furlan behind as well. 1 minute left. Rubino's got time on this.
Yeah, but he knows this is a one-on-one because he knows Furlan's watching the bomb. So he takes that very aggressively. Now with a minute left, this is such a weird spot. There's so many angles to clear out in this room where the bomb has fallen. So Rubino's got to make a good choice, but he does have 50 seconds to play with, so he has some time to work with once he eventually gets here from the B bomb site. It's going to be on Furlan, who now has no clue where Rubino is. I mean, Rubino at least has a general idea of where Furlan's at.
But time is going to be a big factor in this one. As Rubino trying to clear out, see if he's just waiting to hear the steps go past, but he's just flying into this. He's not being all subtle about it either. He's going to go for this one, and Furlan, there's only so many options waiting, and Rubino gets it! That's 4 kills. How the hell did Furlan let him pick that up? Hell, give him the bomb, let him run away for a second, then play retake if you have to, but
that's just nice shots from Rubino. This is a 1-on-3. Very well done there. Hyper missed a little bit of an opportunity earlier before this kill comes out. But you could see Rubino, the tough part for Furlan is Rubino making all that noise. You know, he knows exactly where he is, but he's being, you know, he's making the noise, jumping around corners, and then looking at the other corner that he hadn't checked yet, waiting for that peek. So he eventually does find Furlan and just wins the battle. Calm and collected.
Yeah, Vex going for the A stack, and it looks like it is going to be a B hit. Sometimes you've got to gamble, and sometimes it goes wrong. Config, calm down. Getting a little bit ahead of himself. And this should be a plant, and pretty much everyone should stay alive. Roland already going to go on the flank here as MSL and Config, just being used as the scouts in this one, just to go ahead, get as much as they can done with these SMGs, and they get a lot done.
That P90, no need to stop. Just down to Roland. Now, Vex did not invest into this round. They didn't pick up armor. They didn't upgrade too many pistols because they know this is a huge mountain to climb. They need to have the best arsenal possible to get around early on here in the CT half. Probably next round. This is more likely going to be a 3rd round bye. And they need to have everything they can moving forward to have as decisive a win this round as possible, so they can have the economy to at least build up some bank, to at least force an eco eventually onto Team Dignitas, and then, you know, be able to recuperate any losses they suffer during all that.
Yeah, this is the play they've got to come up with. Is looking at Dignitas here, still got the P90 on Config, still got the Mac 10 there on Tensky. And in this instance, I guess, with this many rounds in their pocket, with that much money building up as well, why not go for it? Why not stick on it? I don't think many people would doubt them on that one. It can be a little bit hard to make stick, especially when you're coming up against rifles, but then again, in the right angles on the CT side, you can find it. And here we go, Roland. Let's see what he can achieve. He gets one with the P90, actually. That's maybe not quite as much as we saw before, but it does set up Repo there to pick up at least something. Pensky not going to be able to find the instant trade-out frag, and the fullback comes in, allowing Groovy to set up a little bit of a crossfire there with Repo. We're down to 2. Actually, a really good round from Vexed.
I would have expected Rubino to get a little bit more aggressive in this position, seeing as how all the pressure on the A bomb site, probably, especially with that kill, probably forced a rotation. So it was a one-on-one he had an opportunity to find, and there he spots the head of Hyper. Hyper didn't realize he was there. But it's a little bit late for this fight now as he's behind the cover of Statue and actually even evacuates with that Molotov out. So Rubino's going to have to fight his way into this site. He gets dinked out, and there's Grubby to finish it off. Tensky had just gotten here to support him, but he's going to fall as well. Nice double kill from Grubby. That's exactly what Vex needed. 4 members survive. Able to upgrade some weaponry, or, I mean, upgrade. Apparently Hyper likes the Galil more than he likes the Famas. But at least now they can start building up some nades behind these weapons, and they can have ways to outlast some of the rounds out of Dignitas. Although Dignitas doesn't look like they want to give up too easily. They do buy some Tech 9s and armor.
Yeah, going back into this, but not too much. You've only got Config, Ravinio, and Kiebi on it. MSL actually does eventually buy up armor. And Tensky just going in with the smoke and the 2 flashes with the Tech 9. So Hyper's going to be the one to be tested pretty heavily here if they do actually go for the instant just push through eventually, but they are very slowly walking up to this. Maybe a 3-2 hit coming out. Tensky and Rubino are going to be working down towards Plat, but we do have Hyper pushed up towards platform 2. Grubby's going to be watching the drop down, and Furlan's backing them up on the side. Repo's there as well, so 2 players per angle. There's a lot here for the CT side, almost a 4-man stack, and Ralen's on the rotate around the backside. He's going to be slowly closing in. He's going to see these guys lining up, and it is go time. Dignitas need to make this stick, and they need to make it stick fast, but the flash comes out. It doesn't really work, but Config hits the shot anyway. There's the breakthrough towards platform. We're down to 2 players, but they are surrounded, and while this happens around the back, there was the flank, but it's Furlan who stops it on the site. Yeah,
triple kill. Crucial kills for Furlan. Now, Hyper this round does pick up that AWP. Some decent damage dealt there onto Vex, so, I mean, there goes some of that bank that they were able to build up, just the small amount that they were. But now that Hyper has this op, this is kind of the big play. Where is that going to go? Where are they going to position the op? Is it going to be used in the B bomb site to just kind of be an anchor, to be a turret essentially? And it does look like that's the case as Hyper's heading over that way. But meanwhile, Dignitas, once again, very quickly aggressive over towards the A site, and Roland gets caught out in the open. He takes a peek over towards A halls. Tensky punishes him very, very swiftly.
You're not going to get away with stuff like that. Even Orpa's getting caught out. I don't think Roland's going to be having a brilliant time at the moment on this one. So much attention instantly put towards it from Dignitas, and now they're just going to be infiltrating themselves throughout this map, slowly taking that control, taking the information excuse me, away from Vexed. Hyper's pretty much, not necessarily soloing B, but he is very much alone here. Grubby's going to be watching drop pretty passively. Furlan and Repo going to be looking to maybe keep some control towards A long on the edge of that smoke, but at the moment, Dignitas just hitting the brakes and waiting to see what Vex do back.
KRB's going to be the aggressive one. That smoke is fading, so he actually, there was a chance there that he could get caught out, and actually the off in perfect position to pick off Rubino. The bomb is there as well, but that stops dead in its tracks, lets this A hit come into fruition. Although Furlan with the one, they're mounting this defense really well.
Oh god, and MSL's going to get control in drop. Then Tensky can just pile through towards site. If they have anything left to smoke off or do anything towards these crosses, Dig are actually in a nice position to make something happen here. Hyper's going to have to hit the shots on the cross towards the site. 30 seconds left. MSL going to readjust, try and support as best he can, getting Tensky to the right place, and he's done just that. They're all funneling through towards drop here. There's going to be 1 counter boost coming out, and now look at this setup coming out from the CT side. What are they going to do for this retake? They are trying to boost players up, but they're taking their sweet time about it. Are they?
Yeah,
did they actually?
They didn't get it. They still didn't get the boost, so they just evacuate that plan. They're coming right back out, and they're going to run right into the crosshair Tensky. And that's going to be stressful. Furlan does get the kill, down to a 1-on-1, but MSL's in such a solid spot that even if Furlan peeks it, he's at a disadvantage. So that boost wastes a lot of time. And probably just mentally, when you can't get it after that time, it's just like, oh no, now we just got to run out and go for it.
That would have put them in a really nice position as well. Like, one player kind of pushing around the back, he would have probably been able to at least challenge a player on towards the side. MSL would always have been a threat then because he was pushed pretty close towards the doorway, but regardless, that has got to be so frustrating to not be able to achieve that, you know, when it actually really does matter. So, 15-5, this is Vexed possibly going out of this tournament now. Gonna have to see exactly how Dignitas want to take this one through, and it is with force. Bearing in mind, Rubinho just going to funnel straight through. Hyper gets punished. The 4-man stack towards A is in the wrong place at the very wrong time, and you've got to try and do a retake with a UMP and not much else.
Yeah, that's so deflating. Although KRB gets spotted out, Tensky's going to chime in with one on defer land, so they're whittling down this retake, and they're being very aggressive in their positioning, the Terrace are. Not letting them have any avenue back into the bomb site. Even MSL comes in on the flank. Nice call in this round is going to win the match for and eliminate Vexed. Dignitas, they put so much pressure on the A bomb site early on in the